California man who received hundreds of thousands of dollars in South Dakota COVID-19 relief grants is being accused of breaking his promise on how he would use the money. Our investigation into the motel mystery showed you how AG Dakota, owned by a California man, bought up motels across the state, all through contract for deed from their original owners. He left behind a trail of unpaid bills and property in disrepair. In January, Angela Kennedy reported that AG Dakota received more than $300,000 in state grants. She joins us now with this latest twist.
Since our last story, the state awarded a second round of grant money to Gross's company, bringing the total amount in-state COVID-19 grant money AG Dakota received to more than $410,000. When I spoke to Gross over the phone in January, he told me he was going to use some of the grant money to remodel the Wagner Lakeside Motel, one of two motels that he still owned in the state. However, that didn't happen.
He always wanted to buy property in South Dakota.
Anakita Chaudhary and her husband Mohan already had experience with motel ownership in Nebraska and Kansas when they decided to buy the Wagner Lakeside Motel in February. Did he actually set foot in it before?
Yes, he visited the property once, and manager over there, she showed him some 2-3 rooms, which was okay, not that bad. It was like a clean rooms. She only saw the rooms which are the clean, like 2, 3, 4 rooms. And gradually it looks okay, not that bad. So that he decided to go ahead and buy the property.
The Chaudharys did not hire their own inspector or use their own real estate broker. They agreed on a price of $650,000 for the motel and put $250,000 on the contract for deed. They say they were in for the shock of their lives when they took over the business.
Every room, they open one by one. All rooms are unclean, you know. The customers they stay there and they checked out and nobody cleaned that room. Like all the rooms are like mess, broken, furniture's broken, and some of the room has no beds. It's very disgusting condition.
The roof was also leaking. We're talking major repair work needs to be done.
Yes, it's big money.
The new owners say they have to buy linens, furniture, air conditioners, and more. They say they've already spent another $25,000 in repairs and provided KELOLAND Investigates with some receipts. When they complained to Alan Gross, he offered them a $5,000 credit on their purchase. He didn't remodel the Wagner Motel.
He did not. He did not do anything. He got the money and he didn't do anything. And he just sold out the property to us and he took the money and it's go away.
Chaudhary says they had no idea about Gross's history in the state with AG Dakota when they bought the property.
Now we can do anything.
That's an expensive lesson to learn.
It's big lesson to us. Now, in future, if we're going to put this much money, we have to search everything about the owner and everything.
This is the video the Chaudharys took inside a room after they cleaned it up. They plan to open up a few habitable rooms to guests in order to earn money to make repairs and outfit the rest of the rooms.
It's cost almost $200,000 because we need the new roof, new furniture, microwaves, we need telephones, all the rooms, we need a refrigerator. So it's gonna almost $200,000 minimum.
I reached Alan Gross by phone and asked him for an on-camera interview, but he refused. He did tell me the Chaudharys got a good deal on the Wagner Motel, and while he did not use the grant money to remodel it, he used it for operational expenses. Gross says he put $2 million into the state of South Dakota and took losses on 80% of the motels he purchased. He currently still owns the America's Best Value Inn and Suites in Clear Lake. At the time of our original investigation in 2020, AG Dakota owed at least $72,000 in back taxes on at least 8 motels. We checked back. It appears most of those tax bills have been paid. However, we did find that AG Dakota still owes more than $10,000 in back taxes in McCook County. The South Dakota Bureau of Finance and Management says it is planning to hire a firm to audit the state's COVID-19 grant program, and that includes a complaint center where the public can report any fraudulent use of the funds.